I'd ask of you, Lord, it would be peace here on earth, as gentle as your children's laughter all around, all around. Your people have grown weary of living in confusion. When will we realize that neither heaven is at peace? When we live not in peace, if there's one more gift I'd ask of you, Lord, it would be peace here on earth, as gentle as your children's laughter all around, all around. Grant me serenity confusions around are mere reflections of what's within, what's within me. If there's one more gift I'd ask of you, Lord, it would be peace here on earth, as gentle as your children's laughter all around, all around. Lord, grant us peace, peace here on earth. I'd ask of you, if that's one more gift I'd ask of you, Lord.
JustCom Music Ministry, music that uplifts the soul. Follow JustCom PH on Spotify and JustCom Music on YouTube. We are also on iTunes and Deezer.
Radyo Katipunan. News, insights, inspiration. Radyo Katipunan. Down from the hill and down to the world. Radyo Katipunan. The voice of the Blue Eagle.
Radyo, 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 Katipunan. Radyo, Katipunan. Radyo, Katipunan. Radyo, radyo, Katipunan. Radyo, Katipunan. Voice of the Blue Eagle, kami di mapipigil sa pagbabalitang tumpak at tama. Buhay at tenista, sa loob sa labas ng eskwela, ating ibibida lahat ng kwela. Radyo, 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 Katipunan. Radyo, 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 Katipunan. Radyo, Katipunan. Radyo, Katipunan. Kawal ni Ignacio, Katipunero, sugod, todo sa kayod, dunong at tulog. Lipat na Blue Eagle, galing giting nagigil. Blue and white, one big fight. Radyo, 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 Katipunan. Radyo, 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 Katipunan. Radyo, Katipunan. Radyo, Katipunan. Radyo, 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 Katipunan. Radyo, Katipunan.
And there was another drive-by shooting.
The fire we reported at the old fire hall is still burning out of
Do you sometimes feel confused or lost in the complications and complexities of life? Do you feel drained, listless, or exhausted from the daily burdens and responsibilities? Why not seek our campus ministers on air every Tuesday from 2 to 3 in the afternoon? Listen to our counselors from the Loyola School's Campus Ministry Office as they ground our lives in our faith, in our school's spiritual tradition. Campus Ministers on Air. Be guided, be inspired, be blessed. Listen to our Campus Ministers on Air.
Good afternoon. Welcome to another episode of Campus Ministers on Air, the radio program of the Loyola School Office of Campus Ministry, where we try to find God in anything and everything under the sun. I'm CG, Campus Minister for Freshie.
And I'm Marky, Campus Minister for Sophomores.
And today we will be talking about our 3-day Seniors Ignatian Silent Retreat at the Sacred Heart Novitiate Retreat House at the beginning of June. No, our retreat director, ang kasama namin dito sa retreat na ito is our chaplain, no, Father Luis Lorenzo LC. Yun. And now, we are blessed to have, syempre, our guest. Guest ba kayo? Lagi na, before nakakasama naman na sila dito, even on the Campus Ministers on Air, and syempre lagi namin nakakasama sa school sa iba't ibang activity, no? Together with us, no, Mark, is Kenan and Kiana. Okay, Kenan and Kiana, no? Hingan namin kayo ng short introduction para sa ating mga guest viewers, no? And for the short introduction, siguro, ang question natin is your name, course, tapos, kumusta? What are you doing, no? Now that you are graduating, no? While graduating, waiting for your graduation. And, during the retreat, ano yung pinakamasarap or na favorite food or nagustuhan mo pagkain during the retreat? Okay, so we begin with, call ko na si, ladies first daw, si Kiana. Hi, Kiana.
Hello, can I be heard?
Yes, Kiana.
Okay. Hello, I'm Kiana from 4AB Communication. And I'm spending my time graduating, just resting after like 4 years of school and being like org active. So ayun. And then my favorite food at the retreat, all of it. I really liked the kare-kare. I was really happy about that. So, ayun. Yeah, that was my favorite.
Okay, thank you, Kiana. No? Let's have Kenan.
Ayan. Hello, ako si Kenan from 4AB Post. Anong pinagkakaabalahan ko? Pero alam, lumilipas na lang yung araw. Naisip ko, wala pala akong ginagawa. Ang dami kong naisip na gagawin habang mag-graduating. Pero yun nga, lumilipas na lang yung araw. Tapos palapit na lang palapit yung graduation. Ewan ko, siguro tambay. yun yung perfect adjective, tambay. Favorite food? Hindi siya food talaga eh. Pero drink, Milo. Yan. Kasi na-realize ko, tagal ko nang di nagmamilo kasi puro ko kape. O syempre, 4 years, nag-aaral ka, kailangan mo magpuyat. Doon na lang ulit ako nag-milo. So, ang saya-saya ko.
So, si Kenan pala yung tirador ng Milo.
Ay, hindi. Uubusan ako lagi ng Milo, kaya masama yun doon.
Oh, okay. Siguro, Sir Marky, ikaw, matanungin na rin kita. Ano yung gusto mong food during the retreat?
Favorite food ko sa retreat? Siguro, tapa. Masarap yung kanilang, parang we had tapa one time, right? Parang for breakfast or something. Masarap. Ikaw, CG?
Ako na gusto ko yung yung bread nila, yung garlic bread ba yun? Garlic bread, diba? Tapos yung banana
Bread.
bread. Anyway, so, Ayan, so yun ang pag-uusapan natin ngayon for today's episode. No? We're going to talk about the retreat experience. Siyempre kasama natin si Kenan and Tiana. So we begin this short conversation with a short prayer, no? And let's pause for a while for this short prayer. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen.
To see the face of God is my heart's desire. To gaze upon the Lord is my one desire. To see the face of God is my heart's desire. To gaze upon the Lord is my one desire.
For God so loved the world, He gave His Son, His only begotten Son.
To see the face of God is my heart's desire. To gaze upon the Lord is my begotten desire. To see the face of God is To see the face of God is my heart's desire. To gaze upon the Lord is my one
Glory to the Father, and to the Son, and to the Holy Spirit, as it was in the beginning, is now, and will be forever. Amen. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. So good afternoon ulit. Ayan. So we're back, no? We're back with our episode. At sabi nga natin kanina, we're going to talk about the 3-day retreat experience. And my fellow campus minister here, Marky, is the one in charge, no, for the 3-day retreat. So before we go through the experience of our guests, no, Kenan and Kiana, no, siguro Sir Marky, ikaw muna, tanongin ko, kumusta naman ang naging experience mo during the retreat?
So, not sure if I'm supposed to be saying this, pero for Kiana and Kenneth, first time ko magpatakbo ng retreat, like in that way, na you have to be parang on top of everything. And sabi ko nga kay CG, like Sacred Heart has been important for me for a long time, like 10 years or something. And ang weird going into Sacred Heart and not going into retreat mode, kasi I guess like you guys, like pagdating mo dun talaga, alam mo yun, the project is to go to retreat, like yung relax ka, di ba, you eat well, and parang part ng pagkain mo, like spiritual na din, and personal and all of that, and wala akong ganun, like, as someone who has to be, diba, on top of, I mean, I'm sure you know this, like, with org activities na kayo yung in charge, like, yung experience mo is so logistical na para maramdaman ng mga participants yung ginagawa. So, I think in that regard, sobrang shock siya for me. Like, sa katawan. Shock siya sa katawan. Kasi you can't really sleep well and pray. Kasi parang, di ba, you are anticipating next activities and stuff. So, all of those were new and it was a jarring, I think that's a good word. It was a jarring experience. And iba siya talaga. I think there were parts of my brain na parang ayaw niya isip that way kasi gusto kong mag-retreat kasi nandun ako sa retreat house, and lahat ng sinabi ko dun sa tour or dun sa, the way that you parang set up holy hour and all of that. I wanted to do that also. Hindi pwede kasi kung walang taong magpapatakbo, hindi gagalaw yung retreat. So, I think in that way, it was so new for me. And ibang karanasan ng Diyos, I guess. Kasi hindi siya Jesus-y as we usually say. Hindi Jesus-y yung experience, hindi siya contemplative. But, yun, so parang just, like, nagmamadali into like, enough ba yung snacks? Or, kailan dapat nagsabi ka sa amin? Wala na palang Milo. Should have told us. Parang yung, naubusan kami ng ulam. Like, I think mga 2 or 3 meals na pagdating namin ni Father Luis, walang ulam. So, literally, agad, we talked to the staff. So, may mga retreatants pala na gano'n, naubusan ng ulam. And then, narinig namin, fruit of prayer na parang, you have to be contented about, the food, yan yung binigyan ng Diyos. Parang ano ba, sinabi niyo sa amin. We would ask for more food. Anyway, so yun, so parang sobrang iba for me, but sobrang thankful to experience that kind of, that kind of experience in the retreat. So ikaw, CG, parang as a guide, kasi si CG na ipapatakbo ng retreat yan sa first year. Kumusta ka?
Okay naman. As a guide, medyo relax. Relax ako. Tama ba, Kenan?
So yung stress ko pala yung relax niya parang.
kasi siya yung isa sa mga na-guide ko. So, kaya siya tinatanong ko, mukha ba ako relax during that time? Anyways, pero syempre, tayo yung dun sabi ka dun sa gospel, di ba? Si Martha and si Mary, no? During the gospel, kung saan si Martha, siya yung busy sa lahat ng mga bagay-bagay, while Mary is there sitting with Jesus. So kung tayo as OCM campus ministers, tayo yung Martha, yung panahon na yon. Now we have also the Marys of those times, di ba? Siyempre, nandun si Kenan and si Kiana. They attended the retreat and siyempre with the help, siguro masasabi niyo na rin kung may comment yun na mukha bang bago si Sir Marky on doing that, on running the retreat. Kamusta naman yung experience niyo, no? So, siguro an overall experience or initial impression nung sa nangyari during the retreat, we can have Kenan, no? An overall experience. Kamusta ang retreat?
Well, akala ko makakapasok ako agad. Madali. Sabi ko nga yan sa'yo, Sir CG. And since nabanggit na si Martha sa si Mary, baliktad, no? Ako naman yung sanay na may ginagawa. Di ako sanay na ako yung tumatanggap ng retreat. Sanay ako na ako yung nag-facilitate ng prayer session, ng formation session. Ako yung magsisindi ng kandila, ako yung magre-request ng projector, ako yung makikinig. So, nung nandun na ako, tapos tanggap lang ako ng mga discussion points, nung mismong silence, no, nung environment. So, parang discomfort talaga, no, yung unang pakiramdam. No? So, yung excitement ko nung papunta ako ng V-shape, first night pa lang, napalitan agad, no, hindi ako nakatulog agad. sobrang hirap. Pero yes, second day, third day, nag-iba, no? Para sabi ko kay Sir CJ nung pinakahuling group discussion namin. Isang roller coaster of emotions talaga, no? As cliche as it may sound. Pero yun, ganun talaga siya. Iba-ibang pakiramdam, no? Pero thankful ako, no? Siyempre yun yung nangingibabaw, no? Yung gratefulness. Palagay ko, wala nang ibang paraan na mas maganda pa para tapusin yung college life ko. Kung hindi sa pamamagitan ng 3-day retreat. Siguro yun muna.
Okay. No, wala nang ibang paraan mas maganda pa kundi tapusin ang college life with a retreat. Okay, thank you, Kenan. Now let's have Kiana.
For me, same with Canon. I'm used to always like working, studying, or even if I have nothing to do, I always find something to do. But in the retreat, I was forced to not do anything, which was really nice. I was able to, like as an introvert, I think that was heaven for me. Like in school, diba, if you see someone you know, you have to like say like do a polite nod, hello, are you going to class? But then like when you pass by someone in the retreat, you just have to like modesty of the eye. So I thought that would be easy for me since I went into the retreat by myself lang. Pero yun pala, a lot of people I knew were in the retreat. So I was like, oh no, I'm gonna laugh whenever I see them or something. But I didn't naman. I really did my best. And I was really surprised to like see that everyone was really doing well in their like prayers. I could really see that everyone was taking it seriously. Kasi the last retreat I had was in senior high, and we were all medyo pasaway pa. Like people would bring extra phones or whatever. Or they wouldn't take it seriously. But then, ayun, I was really happy with my experience to like wind down and try to fix my praying schedule again, and to be quiet as someone who's always surrounded by people that I have to talk to. So, ayun, yeah, that was my experience overall.
Okay, thank you, Kiana. Okay, let's get this interview. No?
Pressure mo naman sila.
Marky!
No-pressure sila.
Actually, ako yung pressure.
Sus, na-intimidate lang yan sa mga nyo guys, sa mga org positions. Ito, George. Yan ang mga
Pag pinag-uusapan kasi yung org, wala akong org nung college. I never got time for orgs. No? So, pag narinig ko may org sila, wow, wala akong org. Okay, Mikey.
Ang matindi dun, So, parang I speak with Kenan a lot about ads, kaya ganyan. Yung org life ko naman sa ads ka nun, sobrang hindi ako active. Ayaw ko naman. Tapos ngayon parang, sorry, walang gagawa dun. Anyway.
Mga katulad ni Sir Mark yung problema ko ngayon.
mga problema na yan. Officers na Lord. Anyway. So, napalikan ko lang yung sinabi ni Ken. It was really nice. Yung ganda. Parang walang gaganda. Parang way to cap your college life. And I think in that regard, parang ano yung sa'yo siguro muna kayo. Parang, ano yung most beautiful parang part of your retreat? Parang whether moment or interaction with God or prayer or baka pagkain din, di ba? Kasi, I mean, I've heard that also na parang, ang daming spiritual insight ng pagkain, pero like for you, what was the most beautiful part of it?
Ako yung nilulook forward ko siguro everyday, no? Tatlong araw. Yung oras bago pumasok ng kwarto. Saka after. Yung paglabas mo ng umaga. So yung bago pumasok ng gabi, saka yung paglabas mo ng umaga. Kasi parang ang refreshing lang na yun, matatapos saka magsisimula yung araw in the spirit of prayer. Lalo yung kalikang holy hour. Tapos after nun, parang di mo maramdam yung isang oras Kasi ang dami mong nararamdaman, ang dami mong naiisip. So, maliligo lang ako. Pupunta ako sa napakagandang Immaculate Conception Chapel. So, doon pa ako ng gabi, ilang oras din sa gabi. So, dahil malapit din doon yung rooms, paggising ko sa umaga, nandun ulit ako. Tapos, sobrang, sobrang nakakapahinga. Yung gano'n na gigising ka, hindi mo agad i-check yung messenger mo. At matutulog ka na hindi mo rin i-check yung messenger mo. Di ba kailangan mag-check ng email?
Messenger ba or Canvas or Gmail?
Mga ganon. Tapos hindi mo kailangan maghugas ng mga pinagkainan o hindi mo kailangan mag-use ng gamit, di ba? Sobrang nakakapahinga siya, no? Literal na pahinga. Yun talaga yung nilook forward ko every day. No? Parang ramdam mo na nasa presensya ka ng Diyos. Eh. Literal na pagmulat mo ng mata mo sa bago magsara yung mata mo. Nandun ka sa presence na yun. Yun din yung nami-miss ko. No? Sobrang cherish ko nung 3-day retreat.
Naalala ko yung I'm sure CG, you know this. Pero yung novices kasi, meron silang set na sked every day. Tapos it's called Demore or way of proceeding ganyan. And medyo intense yung sked. Like you start 5 something and and sometimes hindi mo alam yung major sked of the day. Like, minsan half days lang yung alam mo. Eh. And then you go to sleep without knowing. Pero they always begin the day with, ang nakalagay sa sked, visitation. And nag-discern kasi ako before. And parang part of the discernment was to experience the novitiate life. So parang, sabihin ng visitation? Kasi wala namang visit ng family every day. So sabi nila, visitation, punta kang chapel, yung main chapel. And then isang oras prayer, visitation. Tapos ako, ang hirap ng visitation. Like, hindi ako nakaka-focus. Walang focus. Antok eh. Antok ka every time. Like, 5 days kami dun na gano'n na overnight. And what I realized was, and then after ng visitation, 6 something, mass. Bago pa yun kumain. So what I realized was, I think after mga day 3 or 4, ang na-realize ko, hindi naman kailangan na perfect ka, ready ka going into the mass. Dapat punta ka. Yun nga yung prayer, di ba? Presence with God. Ganun. Tapos, I think yung pinakamagandang part dun na naranasan ko, yung antok at gising ka pero yung diwa mo, hindi pa. Nakaupo ka dun, nakatingin sa Diyos, or not really. And then, aakit yung araw, tapos magigising yung diwa mo. Ang una mo makikita, like fully awake, Diyos. Or, your companions also parang, looking at Christ. And at the moment na, like, unti-unti ka nagigising and parang you're, most fully awake in the morning. Misa, like the highest form of prayer. So parang ganda nun na I think na like in hindsight din sobrang na-cherish ko yung moment, like just waking up with God. Parang as Kenan was also doing in the retreat. So parang it was really ang hirap, like nagtatalo yung perfectionist impulse and yung like professional yung mga ganyan. Pero parang kailangan presence lang, ministry of presence. So thanks, Kiana. Kiana, same question. The most beautiful part of your retreat.
For me, it was something I wasn't really expecting. It was the holy hour. I didn't know what it was until that hour. And when you were explaining what we had to do, like, just sit there and stare. At first, I was like, what am I going to do? I was already, like, thinking the whole day. I've been, like, praying the whole day. Now I'm going to have another hour to do that. And I can't even walk around. And it's for 1 hour. So that's like a whole movie. And then, during that holy hour, it went by really fast pala. I didn't even notice the 1 hour. Biglang it ended na. You were like, okay, let's do the ending prayer. And yeah, I think it was a good way to end the day. As like even when people were doing like confession, it was very refreshing like in a way. Like right before showering, right before going to bed, getting ready. It's like your time with the Lord. Like you're just staring. At first, like I was kind of uncomfy with it, because I didn't know what to do, what to think about. But then, as the hour went on, it was just me with God. It was easy to remember that. It was easy to forget the other people in the chapel with me, in a good way, I guess. But ayun, yeah, I think for me that was my the most beautiful thing in the retreat. Yeah.
ganda naman ng ano. Yung answers niya, like transition, yung like endings. And parang, how do you like end and begin well? Sa retreat, specific yung ending and beginning, right? And then sometimes it's imposed, di ba, holy hour? Or sometimes we make it, like parang what Kenan was doing. Parang I think it's, you're trying to make some sort of tradition going into it. And nako, okay na. Sobrang generational yung ganun. Na like yung traditions in prayer that we make. Generational, like, what I mean is like everybody who I know who goes there, from profs na deep into Ignatian spirituality, or even Jesuits themselves. Sabi nila, pagpasok mo pala na Sacred Heart as a Jesuit, nagdadasal ka na about everything. Like, nakatitig ka sa bintana, looking at a plant or something. Yun, prayer period yun. Prayer period. Yung makakuha ka pagkain, prayer period number 2. Mga ganyan. So, parang prayer mode ka na. The holiest time though, being a Jesuit. The vitiate life. And I think parang we were able to be immersed in that sort of environment. CG, ikaw naman.
Okay. Naalala ko yung sinabi ni Kiana noon, yung Holy Hour is like a span of one movie. Oo nga, no? Isang oras, no? Ang dami nangyayari, ang dami na magiging kwento, no? Pero, yeah, there's that experience that during that Holy Hour, all of the sudden, you forget everything. Tapos, the time, it just like, no? Then, you realize na, okay, it's, closing na. Tapos na yung prayer period, no? And, no, so, ganun siyang kabilis. Then all of a sudden, you feel like you're alone with God, no? You're alone with prayers, you're alone, no? And nasabi mo kanina, Kiana, no? As an introvert, parang you love the experience of the retreat, no? Gusto kong balikan yon, no? When you signed up for the retreat, ano yung mga reasons na kinonsider mo? Why do you sign up for the silent retreat?
I guess I wanted to, kasi I knew I wouldn't have this much opportunities after. I think, or at least it would be hard, especially if I have a job na, like 3 days is a lot to like, hi, can I take a leave? Or, and ayun, I felt like I wasn't, like not even in spiritual way, but like as myself, I wasn't really, everything was going too fast. I feel like this would have helped me, wind down and then think about, especially this transition in my life. It would help me organize my thoughts. Because I'm an overthinker, I'm always thinking. And during the retreat, it didn't lessen, but then at least it was more organized. Ayun. So I got to think about a lot of things, like just different aspects in my life, like what do I want to do? Because I was, getting kind of lost, especially in my field of work, which is like media. It's a very wide thing, and it's easy to get lost in that and get lost in like pressure to do things that might not be too good. So I wanted to really ground myself, remember what I wanted, and like to remember my values as well. And ayun nga, remember that to just really be quiet. I really needed this space, and I needed to force myself. There were a lot of times that I wasn't going to push through, but then like one of the retreatants, I didn't even know if they were gonna push through, but they posted a story on Instagram of them like signing up for it, and I was like, okay, that's God telling me go. So yeah.
Okay, I like that. No, they posted a story that they're joining. No, so parang they're joining a retreat para sabihin na, okay, we're going. I-hide lang nila to, no? Na secretly, we're joining the retreat secretly. Pero no, they posted it, and because they posted that, no, they were able to invite Kiana as a sign of God. God telling me, oh, okay, I have joined the retreat also. No? For Kenan, ano yung mga reasons na, ano yung reason or mga main reason why you joined the retreat?
Ako, ano eh, dapat kasi magre-retreat na ako nung freshman pa, yung coming home, ba? Tapos doon din, same venue sa Sacred Heart. So, imagine, tatlong taon ko siyang pinag-desisyon. Tatlong taon siyang decision eh. So pagdating nung panahon na to, talagang buo na yung loob ko na magre-retreat ako. Sobrang excited ko. Pero siguro yung mas malalim na rason, bago pumasok sa retreat, yung disposition ko na kasi is to let go eh. Know how to let go of the college life, no, yung spiritual journey ko with my org, with the community as a whole. No, alam kong mamimiss ko siya. So sabi ko, ano pang mas magandang paraan para tapusin? So parang ganun yung vibes niya, no? Pagtatapos talaga and pagpaparayan, letting go. Kasi akala ko yun yung kailangan. Pero yun, pagdating ko sa retreat, nagtalagang tumimo sa akin yung value ng to remain, no, with God. And yun pala yung kailangan. Kasi akala ko, kailangan ko na mag-move on agad. Kasi may attachment, issues eh. Nahihirapan ako talaga sa ganyan. Pero sobrang comforting niya sa akin na through the retreat, alam kong mananatili ako, no, sa Ateneo. And lalo yung mga kasama ko, no, malaking bagay din na puro friends ko yung mga kasama ko. Akala ko distraction nung una. Medyo naiinis ako na sinabayan ako ng mga kaibigan. pero yun nga, nakatulong siya sa prayers. Kasi yung mga taong hindi mo inaasahan na ang judger, yung hindi mo inaasahan na tatahimik, pero nakikita mong minsan mas nagdadasal pa kaysa sa'yo. Di ba? Mas masipag pa mag-journal kaysa sa'yo. Sobrang nakaka-inspire, no? Nakaka-motivate siyang pagdasal. So nung nakita ko na sila yung mga kasama ko, mas na-console. And na-realize ko na isa din pala sila sa mga dahilan ko kung ba't ako ginustong mag-retreat. Kasi madalas ko silang nakakasama siguro sa trabaho, pero mas na-appreciate ko yung companionship namin na kasama kami sa 3 araw ng prayers and pahinga.
Okay, thank you, Kenan, no? Talagang minsan, hindi mo masasabi yung tao, no? Na, sabi ka ni Kenan, no? Yung experience na, itong mga to, kilala ko to eh, pero pagdating doon, they're praying, they're writing on their journal, nakastare lang, tapos they're quiet, no? Parang, tatahimik pa itong taong to, pero they're quiet, no? So, very different experience, no? Especially if you're joining a silent retreat, no? Yung iba kasi, conference lang, then you share, then you pray. Pero this time, it's a silent retreat, no? No, kahit sabi nga ni Kenan, hinintay niya ng 3 taon ulit, no? To have this silent retreat available. Kasi syempre, it's offered for first year sa coming home retreat and also for the seniors, no? The senior silent ignition retreat. Okay, Sir Marky.
Oy, next time kaya huwag ka mag-antay ng 3 years. Okay, dadaling kita doon. Mag-overnight tayo. Ganun. Hindi yung parang ito lang yung 4th year lang meron. So, ikaw talaga. Tapos natawa ako parang, ang ganda nung sabi mo inspire. Akala ko parang ginawa mong competition. Parang, nag-journal siya. Sige, journal na rin ako.
alam ni Sir CG yan, na hindi talaga ako hindi ako makapag-journal.
Ay, naro. I think the funniest part was, so I don't know kung plinano nyo to, parang many of you in the retreat were student leaders and many of you are friends, like you knew one another. And I remember the funniest, nag-usap kasi kami as guides, like we had one session na we had to talk about ourselves and our experience with the retreatants. And then one of them said, parang, naglalakad lang daw siya and then sa isang hallway, 2 of the close friends like magsasalubong sila. And then again, it was their first time being in the retreat. and then they scrambled, tried to go on a detour, tried to go another way, tried to not look straight or something. It was so funny kasi like obviously sira yung ano nila, sira yung disposition nila dalawa. But they did not talk to each other. And parang what we appreciated as a group, coming guides, was bago kayong lahat and ang dami yung, parang questions about kakayanin ba yung silence or not. And parang all of you did. Kinaya nyo and we were able to do it. And parang it's something that contributed to our own experience of the retreat. Like ang dami yung guides na nakapasok sa retreat just by parang being with you. And alam nyo yun, like sila nakapagdasal din. And yung mga pinag-usapan nyo sa IC, ano din, like ano din nila, like ano tawag din, fruit and content of their own prayer. So yan si CG kahit gaganyan-ganyan yan. Ganun yun. Naging fruit ng prayer yung mga pinag-usapan niya kayo. Kanina we talked about beauty, parang the beautiful part of the retreat. Pero itong sigurong next thing we're curious about is, hindi naman sa hindi to beautiful, pero parang what was challenging like in the retreat? I think Kenan began with the disposition going into it, yung discomfort. Pero parang was there something else, or parang in another aspect of your own retreat, like was there something difficult? And how did you go through it, pray over it, or anong ginawa mo like going through it? Kenan.
Okay. Ayan, ito alam na alam din ito ni Sir CG. Kasi yun nga, ang taas na expectations ko, hindi lang sa retreat, pero sa sarili ko. Tapos expectation ko, ito na po yung akala ko, first day pa lang, itataas na ako sa langit. Kala mo, iiyak ka na, tapos ang dami mo na masusulat na magaganda sa journal. Pero wala. Alam niyo, Sir CG, wala talaga. Hindi ako makapagdasal. Tapos, ano mo yung parang may hinahanap ka, pero hindi mo makita. Tapos ang dry talaga. Yung gusto mo mag-emote, gusto mo umiyak, kasi para naman madiligan ng luha mo yung retreat house. Tapos may ganun kang makikwento. Pero wala talaga. Sobrang boring, no? Sobrang nakakainis. Pero, yeah, so yun yung mahirap, no? Yun yung una. So, nahihirapan ako mag-journal. Parang, ang gaganda ng points, no? Pero, ewan ko, wala talaga. Wala akong maisulat. Sobrang, hindi ko alam kung distracted ba ako. Alam pero ang hirap magsulat. Pero ang naging response ko naman doon is, yun, nakapag-drawing ako, yung kwento ko kay Sir CG. And nakapagsulat ako ng poems, ng 3 tula. Na doon ko pala siya mas na-express. Siguro yun, ang nakakatuwa doon, yung mga challenges, hindi siya natapos ng makabitin lang. Parang walang resolution. Para siyang bungad, no? Para siyang pambungad. Yung pala yung yung portal, no? Para makapasok ka dun sa mas ma-appreciate mo, no? Yung deeper fruits of the retreat. Ayun. Tapos ang hirap din na walang makausap. Akala ko madali kasi katulad ni Kiana, mas identify ko yung sarili ko sa introvert. Naiinis ako na kailangan ko makipag-small talk. Like, so, kampante ako. Mayabang ako. Promise, sobrang yabang ko na kaya ko yung silence, wala akong kakausapin. Tapos dumating yung point na parang gusto ko na lang makipag-usap kay Sir CG ng buong araw kasi nababaliw na ako. Wala akong makausap. Pero yun nga, ang naging appreciate ko naman na ginawa ko dahil wala akong makausap is nakapagbasa ako ng scriptures. Na-realize ko hindi ko siya talaga ginagawa. Siguro ginagawa ko pagbabasa ka lang ng readings for the day, ganyan. Pero yung talagang makipag-usap na dun sa scripture sa passage. Doon ko lang siya nagawa. And dahil yun, wala akong kausap. Parang wala lang akong choice kaya ako siya nagawa. Pero yun yung mga challenges. And thankfully, hindi naman ako, yun nga, naiwan na nakabitin. Pero inakay ako nun sa mas malalim na pagkatuklas. Yeah.
Paano ka dumating sa point na yun, Kenneth, na parang inakay ka? Like, did you just wait through all of it? Parang tiniis mo lang siya, or parang what did you do to, like, bored ka na out of your mind? Anong, like, ginawa mo to, like, get you to another place?
Ako, hindi ko pinressure yung sarili ko. Yun yung una siguro. Hindi ko pinressure yung sarili ko na sumunod. Bawa sa journaling. Kung talagang hindi ko kaya mag-journal, hindi ako mag-journal. Nag-drawing ako. Um, Tapos, malaking bagay din na nakakausap ko si Sir CG. Ayan. Kasi marami akong mga, hindi ko napapansin. Pero napapansin nung kausap ko. And syempre, kapag na-articulate na verbalize niya sa akin, na-realize ko. And unti-unti, nakakapasok. Pero siguro yung moment of grace na talagang nakapasok ako bigla, na hindi ko rin alam kung bakit, is yung holy hour, katulad bigyan. Sobrang, ewan ko, siguro ang laking bagay nung may narrative eh. Di ba yung Exodus? Natuwa ako nung flash ni Father Luis kasi favorite ko din yung Prince of Egypt. So binasa ko yung Exodus talaga nung 3 araw eh. Mula isa hanggang dulo. Then all of the sudden, mag-holy hour ka, marirealize mo na yung kaharap mo, yun yung being na nagpalaya sa mga Israelites. Alam mo yun? Siya yung tao na inantay ng mga Israelites for how many years. Siya yung nagligtas sa kanila. And feeling mo, nakapasok ka dun sa narrative nila. And na-meet mo tong person na to na, yun nga, na with a God of history na sobrang involved sa kasaysayan. Sobrang starstruck ako. No? Yun talaga yung dating. No? Nung nakikita ko yung host dun sa Holy Hour, nakaka-starstruck siya. Kasi marirealize mo na kahit pa ang dami niyang involvement sa kasaysayan, sobrang humble pa rin niya. Sa isang tinapay lang siya and kasama niyo siya, nakikipag-usap siya sa'yo kahit alam mong ang sinner ka, ang daming na. So yung ganon na encounter with God sa Holy Hour, nakatulong talaga sa akin para mag-translate.
Thanks, Karen. Dry retreats are, nice stories in hindsight. Pero pag dinadaanan mo siya, ang hirap. I think nasabi ko sa inyo yung, I've had a retreat. Sobrang dry no retreat. Nothing was happening. Day after day. Until the last prayer period. Which was, nakakainis siya. Nakakainis yung prayer period. Nakakainis yung Diyos na nakita ko doon. Nakakainis yung retreat. So, pwede mo namang ibigay sa akin ito unti-unti. Bakit ito? Last 20 minutes of my prayer period. Anyway. Thanks, Kenan. So, Kiana, ikaw, like, what were difficult or what were challenging in your retreat?
I guess like throughout the retreat, it was also difficult to not talk to anyone or like not be with anyone, because I can be with someone without talking to them and like be content with it. But then, I'm really just alone looking for a swing far away. Kasi diba, if you're like near someone, it might distract them. And sometimes, in school, I'm just like, hey, you want to study with me? And we're just alone together, being silent. But I couldn't do that even here. So that was really challenging for me. And then, at the end of the day, I really looked forward to my IC because I could just take kwento for like 1 whole hour. Because asa madaldal. It was like, even if I'm an introvert, I need to like vent it out at some point of the day. So I was really thankful for the IC. So I guess, that one was the most difficult, challenging. But I think also what was the most challenging for me was leaving, because I didn't know what to do na after. Like, I was, for the 3 to 4 days, I was like, honestly, it was perfect. I had like a really great time with like my prayer. I was really consistent with everything. I was able to really pray properly. And for the second night, that's when I kind of had like, I don't know if everyone has that like retreat epiphany, but that's when I had mine. I was like, okay, I'm ready to go home. That's when I had it. But then, when by the time when we did have to go home, I was like, that's when I was just like, I'm gonna break my habits. I might not be able to journal this much or pray this much again, or like, keep up with all the promises I made to myself. So I guess that was the most difficult one for me. Like the bus ride going home, I was like back to reality, back to like having to wash my own dishes. So ayun, I was just really spoiled in the retreat. So yeah, that was the most difficult for me. Like the next steps after.
It's the small things talaga sa retreat eh, no? Yung mga, may ibang maghuhugas, someone's cooking for you, ganyan. Uh, even the guides, dun sa meeting namin with the guides, parang, oh, nakakatulog ako mag-isa dito. Hindi ko kailangan mag-isip na lulutuin bukas. Ganyan. Um, thanks, kaya, parang, the sepangs, I guess. Father Luis was sobrang nasipang si Father Luis, like the morning conference, ganyan. Or even the conference ng day 2. Parang the afternoon conference, parang siya, parang she was already very, about it. Na malungkot na siya about it. Ganyan. And, yeah, so, yeah, hindi ko alam mo CG kung ganito rin experience mo, pero I remember, like, ganyan din, at least for me. Like, I want to bring the retreat down, diba, to my daily life. Like, I wanted to pray that the same way and do all of it. And, men, hindi kaya. Hindi. Kaya siguro tayo bumabalik sa retreat.
ako pag retreat, talagang okay, nandun ka sa prayer period, tapos kain, kain talaga. Pagkatapos, siguro ang hinahanap ko yung silence after kasi 'di ba parang ang ingay-ingay sa bahay tapos or gabiyahe ka, maingay yung biyahe, parang all of the sudden gusto mo na lang na wala ba tahimik talaga dito. Na upo ka lang. Kahit hindi ka talaga naman talaga nagdadasal. Just meditate. Yun yung hinahanap-hanap ko every time na nakatatapos ko lang sa isang retreat. No? Balikan ko pala kay Kiana. Kiana, sino yung guide mo? Sa IC guide mo?
Ma'am Lucia.
Si Ma'am Lucia. Yun. Shout out kay Ma'am Lucia. Nanonood siya palagi ng si Campus Minister on air. Nababalitaan ko, nagchat-chat siya. Napanood namin yung episode nyo. Ayan. So, sabi natin kay Ma'am Lucia to watch this episode ng Campus Minister on air. Ayan. Okay. No. Ito may question, phone-in question, no? So, napag-usapan natin yung challenges, no? Sabi banggit nga ni Kiana, siguro part of the challenge is yung going home, tapos yung parang doing some concrete action. So, after the retreat, ano yung mga gagawin mo or you want to continue doing, no? Yung journaling and ganyan. So, yun yung mga bagay na parang gusto mong tuloy, no? Curious lang. Ito, curious question lang. Outside the prayer period, yan. Kasi di ba, the silent retreat, yung iba kasi, they're not familiar of a retreat. They thought na if it's silent retreat, totally, you have parang kaway ka magsalita and totally it's full of prayers, no? So, hindi nila familiar. Pero hindi nila alam na merong mga time na hindi siya prayer period, no? So outside the prayer period, no, how do you spend time during the retreat? So we'll begin with Kiana, then Kenan.
I sleep. um, I sleep. I sleep. I don't know what else I do. Ayan. And like I journal also. But then also my journal is a sort of prayer kasi. So I feel like the whole time I was just praying. Ayan. I sleep.
You didn't go around the retreat house to like look for your spot or
I
something?
I feel like the whole time was a prayer for me kasi. So yeah, if I wasn't praying, I was asleep. But if ever like I guess my idle prayer time, I'd go around. It was really big. It was a struggle lang kasi I was afraid that it would be raining. And I didn't know where I could borrow an umbrella. So ayun, one time I was like at the gate and then it started pouring. I ran back. So, ayun. And yeah, I'd stay in the cemetery also. It's really nice there. Um, yeah, and the sheep were my favorite. I tried looking for the sheep one time. Like, I think that's one of the times I wasn't really praying. I was just going around looking for the sheep. And yeah.
You could have told us also, payong lang pala. Like, we would have lent you our umbrella.
That's also a struggle. I'm like, I don't know who I'm allowed to talk to.
All of us, like guides, you can talk to us.
Or your main IC. No?
Yeah.
Pero okay yon yung experience na sinabi mo na you just slept. Talagang tulog naman talaga is part of the retreat experience. No, kung papansin niyo, we have siesta. No, after lunch, no, you can go for siesta. Kailangan pwede kang matulog ulit. And uh, siguro mapapansin mo, your IC will ask you in the morning or afternoon during your IC session, oh, kumusta, nakatulog ka ba? No? So, ibig sabihin, ganun ka-importante yung pagtulog. No? Na lagi ko tinatanong kay Kenan, Kenan, nakatulog ka? Ikaw, Kenan, no? Ano yung ginagawa mo outside the prayer period? Nagdasal ka ba?
Yun yung tanong. Kasi yun yung nakakatawa din kasi katulad ng sabi ni Kiana, hindi ko paano ba, ma-compartmentalize yung araw. Hindi ko alam kung kailan ba ako magdadasal, kailan ba yung free time, kailan ba yung siesta time. So most of the time talaga, nag-iikot lang ako. So kung feel ko, habang naglalakad, kung feel ko mag-grocery ako. Yan. Tapos kung may pumasok sa isip ko na feeling ko kailangan ko isulat, mag-journal ako. Pero kung talagang wala akong magawa, naglalakad lang ako, magsiswing, tapos pinuntahan ko yung secret trail dun sa gilid, di ba? Yung labas yung cemetery. Kasi hinanap ko din yung mga sheep, no? At nagda-drawing ako. Yun, dinrawing ko yung nag-sheep. Pag wala talaga akong ginagawa. Pabalik ako sa dining hall, tinawag ko may Milo. Tapos wala. So maglalakad na lang ulit ako. Ayun. Or tapos pupunta din sa mga chapel. Ayun talaga. Yun yung masaya. Parang nag-chapel hopping. Kasi yun din ako nagulat na ang dami pa ng chapel sa loob ng novitiate. And ang saya niya, no? Parang nakagawian ko na rin na kung kunwari medyo disturbed ako, pumunta ako sa main chapel. Pag medyo payapa yung puso ko, punta ako sa Immaculate Conception. Parang nakakatulong talaga yung lugar kung saan mo gusto magpahinga o kung saan mo gusto mag-emote o kung saan mo gusto mag-journal. Ayun. So basically,
mag-emote.
Di ka natakot dun sa pathway? Like yung mahabang pathway going to the... Nakatakot siya.
Akala ko hindi siya dinadaan. Akala ko palabas na siya ng novitiate.
Yeah.
May bahay na, tapos may bakod. Ang sukal niya pa, tapos may kumakaluskos. Ay, kung wag kang titingin sa likod. Ayoko makakita ng ahas, ayoko makakita ng kung ano man.
It's called the Barredo Walk, I think. And yeah, it's a scary part. Like for me personally, I was scared. Pero it was very prayerful for some, which is weird. Alam na niya, parang, ops, dito, bahay na may aso, ops, bahay na may and then, dun parang yung, CG sa nakapunta na ba dito? Dun sa may grass, I'm going to, yeah.
Yes, kami dyan sa Barredo Walk.
Bike.
Nakapag-bike and nakapag-walk. Pero during that 3-day retreat, nag-jogging kami dyan ng morning ni Father Luis. Grabe lakas ng resistensya ni Father Luis. Tinakbo niya yun. Sabi ko, hinihingal na ako sa likod ako ni Father. Sabi ko, grabe, hindi siya humihinto. Ganun siya kalakas tumakbo. No?
Athlete naman kasi yung competition mo. Okay. Ano tayo? Last 2 questions. Okay. Sige. So, etong question would be about so daming karanasan ng retreat, and it's a pretty small group that go on retreat from our students. So if you would be given the chance to invite other students to have a retreat, what would you say? What would be your message to them? So Ken.
Oh, sorry. Oh, can you repeat the question?
Oh, if you would be given the chance to invite other students to go on retreat, parang what would you say?
Oh, what would I say? Um, I don't know. I would just invite them because it's really hard to explain. Like even to my parents, it was hard to explain to them why I enjoyed it. Or even to my friends, I was like, "Oh, you guys should have gone," and they're like, "Why?" I don't know what to answer them. Um, I mean, I guess I would tell them it's a nice way to like to think and be um present in the moment, even if they weren't like religious or Catholic. I think it's something I would also recommend them because it's just a lot of time to think, especially in that venue. It's very it really puts you in the mood to like think and reflect and like walk, even just like walking around with the rosary. Um, yeah, and to really think about and pray for yourself because that's also one thing I realized I don't do. I always just think about others, pray about others. But then in the retreat, that's when I was like, I realized, oh, I forgot myself. I should pray for myself and make plans for myself and not plans that I would do for other people. So I guess that's why other people should join the retreat. And it is a really good experience because you don't really get that much opportunities to just be with yourself and be silent. Yeah.
Grabe, nakarelate ako dun sa you don't know how to explain it. Like, I think I'm going on retreat for a while and I get greetings sometimes na, oh, happy retreat. And in naisip ko, when I go on retreat, I'm not necessarily happy. Like, it's not always happy or enjoyable. Minsan nakapagod nga. Like, my experience is always all out. It's draining. Parang wala kang ginagawa. Dahil mong kinakain, dahil mong tinutulog. Pero you're drained. But I always go. Ang hirap paliwanag. Parang, kaya bakasyon 1 week, retreat ako 1 week. Parang pagbalik ko, pagod na pagod ako. Parang kailangan ko ng weekend. Parang ganun. Kenan, how would you invite others to go?
Siguro tuloy ko lang yung sinabi din ni Kian. Hindi ko to naisip no, prior to the retreat, no? Pero naramdaman ko nung nandun ako and I would say na it is the highest form of self-care. Of an Atenean graduating student. Noong una, akala mo ikaw yung magbibigay. Ikaw yung magbibigay ng oras, ikaw yung magbibigay ng pera, o ikaw magbibigay ng effort. Pero pagdating mo doon, super overwhelming. Kasi ikaw yung tatanggap. Ikaw yung tatanggap. So, ayun, yun siguro yung masasabihin ko na i-prepare mo yung sarili mo, hindi sa kung ano yung maibibigay mo, pero marirealize mo na ang dami mo palang kailangan na makukuha mo doon, pero maaari yung ibigay, hindi yun talagang inaasahan mo. Pero mapagtatanto mo at the end of the day na yun lang pala talaga yung kailangan. Kanya-kanya naman sa atin yung kung ano yung kailangan. Pangalawa siguro ano lang, gandagin mo baby. Di ba? Pasukin mo. Siguro yun talaga. Ako na-appreciate ko yung yung comparison niya sa Narnia. Tuwang-tuwa ako doon. Kasi, oo nga, kung pumasok doon sa cabinet, hindi mo malalaman kung ano yung klase. Ang ibang tao ka talaga. Ayun.
Thanks, Kenan. Nice thoughts about parang your own experience as well. Sige. Our trademark final question for our episodes. We ask everybody, and CG and I will answer also. So, examine question: where did you find God this last week? So, Kiana, where did you find God this week?
I found him through, as always, like through my friends or like the people around me. Sometimes when I'm like really sad, like biglang someone's gonna message me, someone I don't really talk to. They just, kamusta, ganun. So yeah, I usually just see him through other people. Yeah, even if people I don't know.
Thank you, Kenan.
Oo, nakita ko siya sa mga kasamahan ko sa Corsilio. No? Kasi after retreat, masok pa ako ng Corsilio. Kakalabas ko lang itong weekend. So, 4 araw din. And ibang-iba siya sa silent retreat natin. Iba pala yung retreat na puro kasama mo mga Atenees. Tapos retreat na kasama mo sobrang diverse na tao. And sobrang kasi nung pumasok ako sa Corsilio, may hangover pa ako sa silent retreat ng Ateneo. And para sa akin, na-set niya na yung standard. Ang yabang ko eh. Ang yabang ko paglabas ko ng silent retreat. Pero sobrang na-humble din ako nito. Mga nagdaang araw. Sa iba-ibang tao talaga. Yun.
Thanks, Kenan. CG.
Ako, I found God. Recently kasi bumili kami ng blender, fruit blender, and my nieces, my wifey, will make different fruit shake sa gabi. No? So I found God there. No, sabi ko, ay, grabe talaga, taste and see the goodness of the Lord. Sabi ko, kung hindi kami nagkaroon ng blender ng pang-shake, di ba? Parang magkano rin yung shake sa labas, 200 pesos, isang baso. Pero yun, ako, gabi-gabi, talagang iba-ibang klase. So I found God there. No, shout out kay Nisis, no? She's always watching. Follower siya ng Campus Ministers. Campus Ministry na LS Campus Ministry. Okay, yan. And Marky.
Yeah, so ako naman, just same with Kian, like deep conversations, intimate conversations with friends. Yung sa kumusta pa lang, yun na yung conversation. 4 na oras na kayo dun sa kumusta. So grateful to have safe spaces like our friends. So yun, that wraps up another episode of Campus Ministers on Air and our 3rd episode with our seniors retreatants. Maraming salamat sa aming followers and listeners, and I hope you stay tuned for more of our episodes in the coming days and weeks. On behalf of Kenan and Kiana, I am Marky. And I'm with my partner CG here. So we are campus ministers for 2nd year and 1st year, and we are campus ministers signing off. Bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Humbly with God.
And there was another drive-by shooting. The fire we reported at the fire hall is still burning out.
Do you sometimes feel confused or lost in the complications and complexities of life? Do you feel drained, listless, or exhausted from the daily burdens and responsibilities? Why not seek our Campus Ministers on Air every Tuesday from 2 to 3 in the afternoon? Listen to our counselors from the Loyola School's Campus Ministry Office as they ground our lives in our faith, in our school's spiritual tradition. Campus Ministers on Air. Be guided, be inspired, be blessed. Listen to our Campus Ministers on Air. Radyo Katipunan, 87.9